next thing is this, going out of the U.S. Those of you who've done much travel out of the U.S. know about toilet paper, but you always forget until you're on your trip, okay? Outside of the U.S., there are places you'll go where the toilet paper makes what they have at Home Depot in the sandpaper aisle. It says 12 grit. Looks comforting, okay? So I recommend to everybody, before you go on any trip, go through the house. Every roll of toilet paper that's 2/3 empty, take it off the wall, pull the core out, collapse it, put it in a Ziploc bag, okay? No reason to go buy travel toilet paper, okay? Take a bunch of these bags with you. The other thing is you are in the only place in the world that has toilet seat covers. They don't know what they are around the rest of the world, okay? All right, yeah, okay, and it's pretty disgusting, all right? So, from a health and hygiene standpoint, I refuse to sell these. I do. You know why? You know what I tell people to do? Steal them. No. Why should you pay for them? There's a dispenser in here, and there's one in there. Every restaurant you go to, they're on the wall in the bathroom. Every public restroom you go to, they're on the wall. Don't buy them. For God's sakes, every time you go somewhere, just take a few, fold them up, and take them with you. Okay? And then keep them in the same plastic bag that you have the toilet paper. Always have it with you. The other thing is, any of you going on a cruise? Okay, so pasta night on the cruise is red sauce. Okay? You're going to be wearing that white blouse. You want to start a conversation at the dinner table? Trust me, you will. Okay, I know you will. But very seriously, I cannot stress enough how important these are, because you are going to be places that are disgusting, absolutely disgusting. The other thing is, what's really interesting is there's a lot of flight attendants that always do that also, because after a 10-hour flight, they go into the bathroom. All you need is one or two guys who had a couple drinks too much, okay, and the aim is gone. I'm going to not say another word, okay, but, okay, it can be pretty bad, and flight attendants will always have these with them, no matter what, okay? Couple other things, you never go out of the country without any Imodium or Pepto-Bismol. Always take it with you, whether it's pill or liquid. Any of you doing third world travel? Okay. Do you know what your best friend is? It's called Go Girl. But we were talking about that, okay? Right here. This is how you do what we do outside of the U.S., okay? All right, and this is how women do what guys do standing up, okay? Because, for instance, there are places on the planet where you go, like in Asia specifically, from the time a little girl is born, okay, she's used to squatting down and getting up. Their legs are developed, okay? Those muscles are developed. You go on a trip to Asia, there's nothing but a hole in the ground with two places to put your feet, okay? Guess what? What does a woman do? American women will squat down, no problem. The problem is about to happen now. You need to get back up. Day 2, day 3, and beyond that, you are in a lot of pain. This way you don't have to go down, you can do it standing up. Now, the other thing is, how many of you have been on Interstate 10 when we've had a pile up where you're 8 or 10 hours? When you come home from your trip, this goes in the glove compartment. All right? You can use it a gazillion times. You rinse it, put it back in the little tube that it comes in, and that's how you store it. All right? But let me tell you, we have sold thousands of these in the store for exactly that reason. All right? Outdoor, this was invented by a woman who did a lot of outdoor stuff, and she just got sick of that issue. Okay? The guys could always just do it anywhere. Okay? And a woman, all of a sudden, was a different issue. Okay? So she, even her slogan, "Don't take life sitting down." Okay? All right? Some other health and hygiene things I want to cover. Compression socks. All right? Those of you who are over 40 or 50, you go on a long flight of anything over 2 or 3 hours, your legs start to swell. If you're on an overseas trip, that's when deep vein thrombosis could kick in, and by the time you realize you have it, it's too late. Most doctors will recommend, if you go on any kind of a physical, if you go to any kind of a doctor before you go on a trip, they'll start to tell you to wear compression socks. good. They keep your legs and feet from swelling in flight. They are also incredibly energizing on days you do a lot of walking. Okay? They're really, really good, and I will honestly tell you there's a secret to them though. If you have a flight at 7 o'clock tonight, either you put these on when you get out of bed in the morning, or before you leave for the airport, you lay down for 30 minutes. Then you put them on, then you put your shoes on and go to the airport. Okay? Because if you walked around in them for a few hours, then try to put them on, okay? Putting your feet into these will be like trying to get 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag, okay? And it's very painful, so you want to equalize your blood for at least 30 minutes before you put them on. That's why we say you just do it when you first get out of bed in the morning, or lay down for 30 minutes, put them on while you're horizontal, then you're fine. Yes?
What about the footless one?
The foot one, we also have the leggings, are exactly the same thing, which goes from the ankle to right behind the knee, okay? And we have those also, the leggings are really good. So we have a lot of women who like flying in sandals or in flip-flops, okay? That way you can do it. The other thing is, what you find is the days you're doing a lot of walking, they're incredibly energizing. Those of you who are doing a lot of walking on any trip, a little secret. If you never want to get blisters, double sock. It's an old trick out of the hiking and climbing industry. They will put a pair of nylon socks on first, then another pair of socks over it. The nylon socks will wick away the body moisture, okay? And what will happen is, instead of your skin rubbing against the sock getting a blister, okay, the nylon sock will cling to your skin, okay, and slide against the other sock, so there's no friction on your skin and you will never get a blister. So the days, because most people when they go on a trip do a lot of touring, a lot of walking, etc., just a little secret that I tell everybody, always double sock, okay? Another thing that we strongly recommend is something called Jet Zone. Going over an ocean prevents jet lag. It's 100% homeopathic. It does not help you sleep. It does not make you sleep. It resets your body clock. Okay? And I don't know exactly how it works. I use it all the time. It works. And it kind of reminds me of that great joke. All right? It's a little racist, and I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody, but I've probably offended you already. Okay? But basically speaking, it's like the guy who goes into a pharmacy and sees a a shelf of thermoses behind the counter, and the clerk behind the counter says, the guy says, I need to get a thermos. And he says, well, these will keep hot things hot and cold things cold. And the customer says, how do it know? Okay? Same thing with this. Okay? All right? Same. I don't understand how it works. The formula came from New Zealand originally. Okay? And it really works. My daughter lives in Germany. She spent 3 years in Cambodia, 4 years in Tokyo. I used to travel 250 to 300,000 miles a year on business around the globe. I suffered terribly from jet lag. This stuff is unbelievable. Okay, and the way I explain it to most people is this. Anytime you go on a trip over an ocean, average cost of travel is $800 per person per day. Between airfare, hotel, meals, and activities, $800 a day. 2 people, 2 days of jet lag each, $3,200. 1 box of Jet Zone, $11. Okay, and I will tell you, I am a firm believer. The only thing you cannot take it with is Ambien. Other than that, if you take an over-the-counter sleep aid, not a problem. But this stuff is awesome. All right, and I cannot stress it enough. Always take a first aid kit, whether you buy one or make one. Make a little travel first aid kit that's small, keep it in your carry-on. The reason it's also in your carry-on is anything that's a liquid, gel, cream, or lotion that's in it will go in your 311 bag and then back into it afterwards. All right? Another thing that I strongly recommend when it comes to health and hygiene, and it has a lot to do with packing also, is travel underwear. Everybody ever had a suitcase lost and all of a sudden your underwear's in there? The stuff you wash in the shower is dry in an hour. I have a gentleman back there in a gray shirt. How many of these do you have?
3.
Okay, and that could get you around the world for.
2 are still in prison.
Okay, yeah, okay. But they're absolutely unbelievable. You can wash in the shower, it's dry in an hour. Okay, women, do you want to make the guy, do you want to teach a guy how to multitask? Okay, you ready for this? All right. He turns it into a washcloth in the shower. He's now multitasking. He's washing him, he's washing the underwear. You rinse it, wring it out, put it on a towel, roll it up, wring it out again, hang it up, an hour or two later it's totally dry. Okay? 2 pair is all you ever need. One the day you fly, one in your carry-on, end of discussion. Alright? Alright, and if you want to minimize what you take on any trip, this stuff's unbelievable. They make it for men, they make it for women. My wife and I do 2 to 3 weeks in a carry-on anywhere in the world. That's all we take is a carry-on. We do not check a bag. Secret number 1. Okay? From there out, there are clothes that are available. You can wash in the room. They look great. You can wear them the next day, the next morning. They're phenomenal. Okay? All right, and the other thing I strongly suggest, and it's also a packing issue, is this. There's nothing that's heavier and takes more space in your suitcase than shoes, no matter what. I take 2 pairs of shoes no matter how long I go. All right. The problem with 2 pairs of shoes is after a day or two, the same shoes end up getting compressed and they're not comfortable. Okay. So I also take a couple pair of insoles. When I wash my underwear at night, I take the insoles and I wash them too, and I hang them in the shower. The next morning, I put the other pair of insoles in my shoes and I walk in them. With 2 pairs of shoes, you can go for 6 weeks and you will feel like you're in a brand new pair of shoes every morning. And all day long, you flip your insoles. At the end of the trip, you throw the insoles away. They take no space. All right? You get 2 really good pairs of shoes for travel. That's all it takes. And women, from a shoe standpoint, actually for men, we actually got one too that weighs about 9 ounces a pair that weigh nothing that we have over there now. My wife coerced me into carrying these. They're called Propay Travel Walkers. They weigh 7.5 ounces a pair. Do you guys wash them because they're a mesh? They breathe. They're great on any kind of a surface. All right? They're 7.5 ounces a pair. That's something that, as I say, to this day I sit there and say, I can't believe she said, if the house doesn't burn down, the box for the shoes is in the closet. Contact the company. Okay? All right. That pretty much covers our whole health and hygiene section. Number 1, every week people come in and ask us if we have an international nightlight. We plug into a hotel when you go out of the U.S. It's always been a real issue. Because the international nightlight, you end up plugging into the wall, and when you leave the hotel, you kind of leave it there. Okay? So we actually were able to find something that I thought was incredibly overpriced till we sold out, and we got more in. We sold out, we got more in. All right, and it's just an amazing thing. It's a portable nightlight. You can put it on the nightstand so you don't forget it. Okay, it just works on a battery. So at night, if you need light, yeah, it just sits anywhere. Okay, it's portable. And as I say, when we brought it in, I thought it was a little overpriced, but I said, you know, it's like one of those things where you don't know what the value of it is to your customers till you try it. And I'm a philosopher that always believes in you can't get hurt falling off a pancake. So we brought a few in, and I can't keep them in stock. This is something I just kind of wanted to mention.
What kind of battery?
They're like $19.
What kind of batteries on them?
It just works, I think, on a couple AAAs. It's regular. It's generic battery. Okay. Okay. It's not, you don't have to go searching the world to get the right battery. Okay. The other thing is kind of a couple other things to really need. Anybody going on a cruise? Okay. Sharing a room with another person? Okay. Have you ever noticed that when you're in a hotel room, it's small, and when somebody does their business, the room shares it for hours? Okay. A cruise ship is even worse because the room is so small that to change your mind, you have to go out in the hall. All right. And the bathroom's even smaller. So anybody who does business, it's shared for like 8 hours in your room. There's a product that came on the market called Poo-Pourri. Okay. This saves marriages. Okay. It saves relationships. Before you do your business, one little spray in the toilet. Okay. And you're not sharing your meal the last 10 days with the person you're spending the night with. Okay. So it's kind of a really, and it's absolutely an unbelievable product. We started selling it because we had customers asking us for it several years ago, and we go through gallons of this stuff all the time. All right, it's called Poo-Pourri, yes.
I use it in my bathrooms. Do you have the large bottles?
No, but I got to tell you, I've got customers that ask me if I could get them a 55-gallon toilet. Okay, yeah. But I mean, we sell a lot of it. Okay, so That's an item that I forgot to mention before. The other thing that's really neat is if you're going somewhere, God, I don't have any water here, but it's kind of a really cool item. It's called a pop-up. Could I borrow a little of your water? Okay. This, it looks like a tablet. It's also a really good practical joke on somebody, but I'm not gonna go there. And it one tablespoon of water turns it into a wet towel wrap. So if like you're touring or something, you're in a bus all day or whatever, all you need is just a little water and 1 tablespoon of water on this thing. Go off and exactly. Okay? Just let it soak in for a few seconds. And they come in bags of 50 and we sell gazillions of them because it's just like one of those things you wish you always had, and all it takes is a tablespoon of water. And actually, if you wanted to, you could reuse it, but it's just like a Tytex material. But here, check it out. It's your water, so I'm going to give it to you.
Now, what is this called again, Chuck?
Pop-ups. It comes in a bag like this, and and with it, it also comes with a little tube like this, so you can put enough in your day bag to get through the day. All right. All right. Another health and hygiene item that we strongly recommend is a lot of people end up taking their Sonic toothbrush around the world, and then after a week, it's out of charge. It's a battery operated